Hey there, explorers. We're coming to you from the Magic Kingdom, but this is not the point of destination today. There goes a monorail. So right now, I am on the walkway to the Contemporary Resort. I don't really know a whole lot about what's in the Contemporary Resort, so I'm kind of excited to just putz around and see what's in there. So, come explore with me. We're gonna look in this resort. So the Contemporary Resort opened on the same day as the Magic Kingdom, October 1st, 1971. And it was called the Contemporary Resort because I wanted to sort of maintain that contemporary feel, almost like a futuristic feel. The architecture and actual structure of the building was pretty impressive for its time. They built the framework and built all of the rooms separately, separate of the building, and the building was built in a way that the rooms could just kind of slide in. And that's how each of those rooms are there. The purpose being that they wanted the contemporary resort was that they were gonna, you know, keep things modern, keep things contemporary. When things would get to a point where the rooms needed to be updated, they would slide them out, take them to where they were gonna get refurbished and reworked on, and then when they were ready, they would come back and slide them back in. And as far as I'm aware, that never happened. The rooms that were kind of slid into place in 1971, those are the same rooms that are there. They've been updated, obviously, but they have not been removed in the same way as it was originally intended and designed to be. A lot of that has to do with just, you know, architectural issues. The building itself has settled and those rooms are pretty much permanent. They're wedged in at this point and they ain't sliding out anytime soon. One of my favorite and most iconic aspects about this hotel is that the monorail not only goes to the hotel, but it actually goes through the hotel. And I think that's what a lot of people remember when they stay at the Contemporary. It's the one where the monorail actually goes inside the building. How cool is that? All I want to know is how do I get where those guys are? Because that's where I need to be. And we are in the Contemporary Resort. So the Contemporary Hotel, just like most of the hotels on property, are home to a variety of different and various restaurants. For instance, here we have The Wave. So the Contemporary Resort sort of doubles as a convention space as well. And so we're actually right in front of the Ballroom of the Americas. So it looks like it's closed up and we won't be able to get inside, but the Ballroom of the Americas actually has a pretty significant, well, depends what your definition of significant is, but it has a place in American history. It was in the Ballroom of the Americas in 1973 where Richard Nixon was here and he did a televised press conference within the Ballroom of Americas. And once inside he uttered the infamous phrase, "I am not a crook."
People have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
That happened in the Ballroom of Americas in Disney's Contemporary Resort. So I found a quiet hallway and here we are amidst large ballrooms, just, you know, in the Contemporary Resort by ourselves. I kind of feel like I shouldn't be here, but this is open to the public, but it's quiet and it's weirding me out. It's weird seeing such a big open space empty. I'm half expecting, you know, the ghosts to start dancing within the ballroom. And of course they probably wouldn't show up on camera and no one would believe me. But considering it's just you and me here in this gigantic and empty corridor next to ballrooms that likely probably had a lot of stories within them, you know, just imagine Ted and Olivia Patterson. They're coming to dance the night away to a ballroom dancing competition in the Fantasia Ballroom. But alas, something happens that night and they come with that history. What I'm trying to say is every ballroom is probably haunted. So, get me to where people are. So here we are on the main deck of the Contemporary Resort. We got Chef Mickey's and the Contempo Cafe over there. And this is also where the monorails come in and out of. So they come right in. And the most amazing thing about it is those monorails, super quiet. You don't even hear them coming. So some of these monorails are going directly to the Magic Kingdom. Some are just passing through and stopping at the next resort. And this mural was done by Mary Blair, and it's pretty, once you hear it, you can definitely see her style and influence with the stylistic shapes and the contrasting colors, and especially the design of the children. It is very obvious that this is a Mary Blair work of art. And so it's also huge. This is multiple stories tall, and it's like embossed. You can actually feel it. So there's a lot of different elements that went into play here. And this was all done by Mary Blair. And as impressive as this mural is, it becomes even more impressive when you realize that it actually goes around on all sides. Can you imagine coming out of your hotel room and not only seeing a flippin' monorail come through the hotel, but if you just look down, you see Donald Duck right outside your room in a really fancy chef's cap? Look at that duck waddle. So many tiers and rows of various rooms. And so we're on the 5th floor right now, looking down on the 4th and all the happenings that are going on down there. But I gotta keep moving up. We're on the 10th floor. There's still a few more floors above us. Getting very nervous, like putting the camera over the ledge. There's Goofy. On the other hand, imagine coming out of your room and seeing a monorail and then looking up to see Space Mountain, Cinderella Castle, Big Thunder. I mean, it's all there. It's all right there. But you guys, it doesn't end here. We still got a few more floors above us. So let's keep going to the top. So we won't be going up to the tippy top, at least not right now. With the spires of Space Mountain looming in the distance, we got the Bay Lake Tower right next to the Contemporary Resort. And here we are on Bay Lake. And so unlike the Seven Seas Lagoon that was actually made and constructed completely by Disney, filled in and everything, this lake is a natural lake. This lake has always been here. In the initial concept for Walt Disney's Florida project, the Progress City of Epcot would have been right against this lake here. So just think, imagine an alternate universe where Walt Disney lived a few more years and was able to see the city of Epcot. And you would see that Progress City skyline just over the trees there. Would have been something. But in the same token, we also have this very modern looking piece of architecture right here.
No. What was the most fun part of your day, Harry?
This reminds me so much of summers in Wisconsin. All lakes look the same, and I know this one might have alligators or snakes in it, which is a little different than the lakes up north, but still makes me nostalgic. I want to see the guy who puts $20 in here, spends 50 minutes in this chair in the most relaxing environment in the entire world. Remember when snow globes were all the rage? I mean, I have vivid memories of coming in this gift shop and seeing the coolest, biggest, most extravagant snow globes. And they're gone. What happened? Now we just have coffee mugs. The girl said they were full. I said, not good enough. I said I need to get to the top. And get to the top we will. And I need to take a second to breathe, admire this beautiful landscape, because we got a few floors to go there's actually staircases along the outside, and it looks like they go up, maybe not all the way to the top, but pretty high up there. Actually, this is a beautiful view. Something's going on with lights over there. It's gotta be some sort of... Definitely recommend the elevator. If the elevator's an option, take the elevator. I was ambitious when I started. I was skipping steps. Now I'm not skipping steps. With the Contemporary and Epcot looming far, far behind me, I think this is where I will bid you a farewell from the Contemporary Resort. I'm glad you were with me. Have you ever stayed at the Contemporary Resort? What was your experience like? Leave it down in the comments. Did you like this tour of the resort? If you did, where do you want me to see me go next? From the Contemporary Resort with the Magic Kingdom in the background, I'll bid you a farewell, a fond farewell, and we'll see you next time in the happy place. I just realized I'm gonna have to go down those stairs now. See you in the happy place. Bye.